What's up? Today we have a really fun review. This is the Honda Trail 125 mini motorcycle. This thing is sick. Real quick, I want to give a shout out to Macomb Powersports for allowing me to test ride these bikes. Super knowledgeable and friendly staff. And if you're in the market for a motorcycle or other power sports equipment, check these guys out. This is a 125cc motor, and first impressions, this thing is so sick. It's definitely a small bike. It's only a 125. We won't be taking this on the freeway today. I love this thing. I haven't even sat on it yet, and I love this thing. Let's get a feel for it real quick. Oh yeah, this thing is comfortable. Oh, interesting. This does not have a clutch. Okay, so this is a automatic clutch with a shifter. This will be interesting. First off, our shorter riders are going to have no problem riding this thing. This is pretty low to the ground. I'm 5'10" for reference, and it fits super comfortably. A little more upright, moped style, but way more badass. All right, this is going to be a little bit of a learning curve. I have not ridden a motorcycle like this. Yeah, it feels good, feels lightweight. It still feels pretty stable for how small it is. We'll get this thing on the road here in a second. All right, I feel like I've gotten pretty lucky coming out of here. Let's get a quick 0 to 60. I do feel very weird not having a clutch. I mean, it gets up to speed. I'm at regular traffic speed, 35 to 45 miles an hour on these roads. I mean, it's comfortable. Everything's chill. It's got this really comfortable seating position. It's like I'm in a lawn chair. All right, let's see if I can figure out this downshifting. All right, down. All right, so it's a little rough shifting down, so definitely gonna have to rev match. Shifting up though, no problem. Shifting up feels fine, and it's really clunky. If you've seen any of my other videos, you know that I like clunky shifting, and this one is probably one of the clunkiest. Down is a little rough. It almost feels like you're hitting the brakes if you don't give it a little gas. So it doesn't feel too unstable at fast speeds. I feel pretty comfortable right now. Going 40, 45 right now. Train tracks, bumps. The suspension's so soft on this. It's not bad for stop and go. It's nice not having a clutch. I prefer the clutch, but it is nice not having the clutch. As long as you just figure out your rev matching, you won't have that abrupt stop, but it's probably not too bad stop and go. This isn't necessarily a bike that I would buy as my only bike, but if I had some extra money and I wanted this as like a little trophy piece in my collection, this would definitely be perfect for that. This thing is sick. It's not super expensive, and it's a blast to ride, and personally I think it looks sick. Handles real well, so as expected with a smaller bike, it's going to be nimble, easy to maneuver. All right, we're going to go down this little bumpy residential road here. You feel a little of the bumps, but this is a really bad road. But honestly, not really feeling any of the bumps in the road. This is one of the worst roads around here, and no problem. Honestly, I think areas like this is where this would excel, in these little side streets. I don't know about off-road, but like this little subdivision area, this is like perfect for a bike like this, especially if you're just like running to the corner store real quick. This is like the perfect bike for that. Yeah, so to note, not a ton of power in this. You're speed freaks. You're not going to get too much adrenaline off of this, but it is a lot of fun. But it does have a decent top end for a little 125 bike. This would be fun for a downtown area, I think. Stop and go traffic won't be too bad once you figure out the shifting. Even just like a 2 working back bike, this would be pretty nice. And so I'm 5'10", and I feel like you could get away as a taller rider riding one of these. I would definitely go try one out first. So I always like to add in if I think this bike is safe for getting out of sticky situations, and this is probably not going to be one of those bikes. This one you're going to want to be a little bit more cautious. You're going to want to give yourself a little bit more time on the road, a little bit more space around cars. It does not have the power to get up and go if need be in a sticky situation. So not a deal breaker, but keep that in mind. You're not going to be, escaping traffic like you would on a sport bike. but keeps up with traffic, no problem. Right now you can see I'm going almost 50 miles an hour, no problem. Freeway riding, this is not going to be a freeway bike. It just doesn't have that. Right now we're like not topping out at 50, but pretty much 50 miles an hour. So end this video off with, who is this bike for? I think this bike, I mean everybody, honestly. This thing is a ton of fun. If you need something that's going to get you to point A to point B, you're not taking the freeway, you're going through town, slow roads, areas like where I'm at here, this is going to be a great bike. It's going to be fun, it's going to be affordable, it's easy, there's no clutch. So beginner rider, I would say for sure this would be a good little beginner bike. If you want something that's just going to be a fun little A to B bike, this could be it. I wouldn't necessarily say you're riding in a group of people, but you could keep up. You're just going to be a little bit closer to the back of the pack. Riding long distances, honestly, it's very comfortable, so I don't see why you wouldn't be able to ride long distances. It excels in like the 40-mile-an-hour range, so if you're not going any faster than that, I would say this bike would be awesome for long drives. Though it is only a 125 single-cylinder motor, you're going to be putting that thing through a lot of work if you're riding long distances. Also, like I said, myself, I would love to own one of these as like a little trophy piece. Just a little, you know, you buff it up in the garage a few times, you keep it looking cool, it's a conversation starter, and then you can go rip it. Or if you have kids and you want to just kind of teach them the ropes a little bit on riding a motorcycle. So my grandpa gave me his, like an old Honda moped. It was, what's it called? Transit, I think. In the Transit, he would let me rip it up and down his road, and that thing was a blast. So I think this would be perfect for situations like that. You know, you got some family friends coming over, you just pull this thing out of the garage, let them rip it up and down the road. Tons of fun. And super comfortable. I can't get over how comfortable this thing is. But yeah, that's what I would say this bike is for. I mean, it literally could be for anybody. But I wouldn't necessarily say that this would be your main bike unless you're just kind of going from one end of town to the other regularly. You're not going to want to take this if you got a 30-minute commute to work on the freeway. This is not the bike for you. If you work in town and live in town, this is awesome. You're going to get great gas mileage, low cost. Maintenance is going to be relatively inexpensive. All right, we're pulling back into Macomb Powersports. Just another shout out to them. Thank you again for letting me ride this awesome bike. That was my test ride review of this awesome Honda Trail 125. This thing is sick. If you have any questions on this, comment them below. If there's any other motorcycles you'd like me to test ride, comment those below too, and I'll see if I can set something up. There also is this little kickstand underneath. It's like another little dual stand kickstand. And the cargo rack on it, on the back, is pretty cool. So if you're like taking this thing to the beach or whatever, you can throw your cooler back there, or whatever, you're taking a bag to work. Shoot, you could deliver pizzas on this thing. Honestly, I think this is like the stereotypical pizza delivery in all the movies back in the day.